Hey, everybody. Listen, welcome in the building. Welcome in the building. Welcome in the building. I'm a little late today because, I did my recap of Married to Medicine with Royer from Royer's World. If you're not a subscriber over there at Royer's World, go over there, hit the like button, subscribe, watch some videos. Okay, we collaborate all the time together doing the reality show recaps. But listen, people, it's Trending Topics Wednesday. We got stuff to talk about. The title's called What a Mess. What a Mess. Mystikal, rapper, Danger. He has a lot of, I can't say like, he has some good music. He pleads guilty to R-ing somebody. And the reason why he pled guilty is because he had priors where he was accused of R-ing and touching people. And if he would have got found guilty of first-degree R, he could have spent a lifetime in jail. So he pled guilty to third-degree R, and now he can spend up to 20 years in jail. But if I'm not mistaken, Mystikal is my age. He's 55. I'm about to be 56. But he's 55. You 55 and you're about to spend 20 years in jail? What is with people? Disgusting. But we're going to talk about it. We got this teacher's sick secret. I heard of male teachers trying to talk to students before. It is now an abundance of female teachers messing with the kids. This woman had a whole husband. Her husband went away for a couple of days, and she pays a student to sleep with her. I feel like now it should be mandatory off the back. You get caught with a student and you're a teacher, mandatory, low level, mandatory, 25 years behind bars if you found guilty. Mandatory. We got to stop these teachers from taking the innocence out of our kids. It's wrong. And we need to talk about it. We're going to also talk about Beyonce's mama, Tina Knowles. Tina don't have to work a day in her life. Her daughter, let me take this back. Her daughters and her brother-in-law, they got her back, period, hands down. They got her. She good. But she want to be out here doing things, selling some gumbo, and they called the health department on her, and they had to shut down her little gumbo truck for a couple of days because the people said they was having diarrhea, getting sick, vomiting, going to the ER, all that good stuff. And the health department came out there and shut it down. I'm like, Tina, you don't have to do this, Tina. No, you do not. Why are you doing this, Tina? Go sit down somewhere and chill. Write some children's books or something. Write a book on how to be a momager. But you out here got a gumbo truck and the people getting sick under your name. With the health department, when it came and shut me down, I would have let it be, been like, you know what, I've been there, I went there, I tried that, and it's a wrap. I ain't gonna do that no more. But listen, people, I done talked enough because it's late. We're gonna bring the people on in the building. Y'all know what time it is. I need a one in the chat. I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Wednesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title's called What a Mess. We got Mystikal. He pleads guilty. We got the sick teacher. And we got Tina Knowles. Let me bring the people on in. Hey, Julius.
Hey Diva. Hey, y'all. Hit the like button for the Diva.
Hey, in my opinion. Hey, Savannah.
Now, hey, Diva.
I did a story where his name was Afroman, and he used footage from his home when the cops came and raided his home and tried to say he was doing RICO and all that, and they didn't find nothing. And then they sued him because he used the footage from his home in the video of his kind of mocking the cops. He had to go to trial, and honey, he won. Now, he ain't on the docket tonight, but I'm just going to share with y'all his win. Let's take a listen. Hold on one second.
No plaintiff. In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys want to go on into the jury room?
Go ahead and relax, whatever it is you need.
I'll reach your phone.
Have to leave through to that, but have them go back into their room.
If you guys don't mind to hang out in there for a little bit, I can get you, okay?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
One Afroman. Now he got the French tips. Honestly. Wait, you know what? Let me hold on one second. Let me show the other one.
Jury has sided with the rapper Afroman in the civil lawsuit filed against him by Adams County deputies. WCPO 90's reporter Jay Shakur is live outside the courthouse tonight. This verdict, Jay, was read right about 30 minutes ago, and you spoke to Afroman as he was leaving. What's his reaction?
That's right. Afroman had a very emotional reaction. The jury, as you mentioned, siding with the rapper Afroman, whose real name is Joseph Foreman. in this case. Here's video from inside the courtroom as this case went on. During closing arguments, the attorney representing the deputies in this case claimed Afroman intentionally lied about and defamed the deputies in his songs, but Afroman's attorneys maintained throughout this trial it is his right to say what he wants to say. This goes back to 2022 when Afroman's home was raided following search warrants related to possession and trafficking in drugs and kidnapping. Though he was never charged, the attorneys for the deputies suing say Afroman used security video from the raid on his home and put it in a music video using deputies' likeness without permission. Again, this jury in Adams County finding he did not defame those deputies. Here's Afroman speaking directly after that verdict.
I didn't win. America won. America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people.
Afroman becoming emotional there as he says this fight was bigger than him. It was about free speech and what he describes as corruption in this sheriff's department. I spoke to one supporter who came all the way from Dallas. I have more on that and more reaction from the rapper tonight at 11. In Adams County, Jay Shakur, WCPO 9 News.
So people, Afroman has won. Precious, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, just in case I don't catch you on Saturday. Listen, girlfriend, thank you for the birthday wishes. Much love. Listen, Afroman won his case. Julia, 60 seconds because we got to get into night stories. What's your thoughts?
I'll be dang. He done won. Okay, then I'm back to minding my business.
All righty now. Savannah, your thoughts. Afroman won.
As he should. They violated his rights. His wife recorded it. It's free game. It's public record. And I hope he gets every cent that he can from the city.
Amen. Katrina, your thoughts?
I'm happy for Afroman. They messed up that man's house, didn't pay him for it, and then they took him to court to get money from him again. I'm glad Afroman won his case. Go ahead, Afroman.
Come on, Afroman. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Good for him. I'm glad.
Come on now. Afroman won his case. Okay, let's go ahead and move into one of our stories here. You know what? I'm going to do Tina Knowles and this gumbo. They shut down her little stand for a minute because of health reasons. So I got a couple of things to show you. Let me show you this first. Hold on one second. So Tina Knowles Gumbo booth briefly shut down following the Houston Health Department investigation. Okay.
Amazing. So take my bowl. I got to get down here with some rice. How y'all doing?
I can't sit there with my pictures.
Hi guys, I'm at the booth and I'm about to have my gumbo for today. I've been eating it every single day. You can see how much shrimp, jumbo shrimp and sausage and it's chicken all the way through. And crab meat is amazing. So, take time.
That's a lot in there. It's crab meat, it's sausage, it's shrimp. That's a lot going on. Chicken in the gumbo. Hold on one second. So Tina Knowles rocks the day. Health Department temporarily closes the gumbo spot. Tina Knowles started the week with some sudden discomfort. Her Texas eatery, Mama Tina's Gumbo, was shut down at the Houston Rodeo on Monday. But the good news is it's back open now. I would take a pass. The Houston department shut down the gumbo booth for undisclosed reasons, but Beyonce mom was back right in the saddle yesterday as the establishment was reopened.
Get out here and get some of this Mama Tina's gumbo before I be there to eat it all, man. So many shrimp, so much crab meat, all the sausages. Y'all better stop playing, man. Get out here and tap in with Mama Tina. Yeah. Thank you, OG. You're welcome.
Does anybody eat gumbo? I don't eat gumbo. Is this supposed to have all the meats in it? Okay, so the gumbo is apparently a special family recipe that has been perfected over decades. and Love by Bay. Officials gave us the lowdown about the brief shutdown. The Houston Health Department tells TMZ on Monday, March 16, 2026, the Houston Health Department issued a temporary closure of Mama Tina's gumbo booth at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo as a result of a complaint investigation. The vendor was cooperative with the department's recommendations and passed a subsequent inspection, was authorized to reopen on Tuesday, March 17, 2026. Clearly, this ain't Mama Tina's first rodeo. All I can say is, I don't know. I never like to eat a whole bunch of meats together. I don't know if that's what gumbo's on about. It seemed like a bit too much for me. But Julius, your thoughts?
So that is one way to make gumbo. I don't eat it, but I've seen my dad, aunts, and uncles make it. You do put like the sausage with the meat and stuff. And you also do have it with rice. I didn't see any rice there, but you do have it with rice. But more so probably not in a cup like that. More so a bowl, so it's like the gumbo, like the rice could suck up like the juices from the gumbo. But yeah. I'm not a gumbo eater, so to all the other ones, y'all can have at it.
Katrina, your thoughts?
Diva, who let gumbo cook for 16 hours? It's not like it's chili when you let the chili just simmer. Gumbo? And then these people paying $25 for that little bitty cup. So you paying $25 for some E. coli and salmonella because folks getting sick. And you standing in line for that. And then to charge people $25 for that little bitty cup, that's ridiculous. That should be a plate of food. And I know she put a lot of stuff in it, but half of the people saying the stuff don't even taste right. They said it was just like beef stew with chicken thrown in it. It is ridiculous. And they shut her down because it wasn't clean. Because that's the only way they shut her down. They finding something irregular in there. So what she need to do is, well, I know she ain't gonna refund them people back their money, but anyway, these people got to stop going to these people because they celebrities and they trying to endorse them. This woman is already a billionaire. And I ain't got nothing, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is make sure what you giving the customers something that's not gonna make them sick, especially when you paying $25 for it. Basically, you just paying $25 for some swamp water. But who knows? She's Beyonce mom, so they was out there getting it, and now they sick. But good luck with this gumbo.
Savannah, your thoughts?
So it didn't work for Candy and Todd, Nene. Who else had restaurants? Flavor Flav, Jennifer Lopez. Who else failed at the restaurant business that we've covered on here? Was it T.I. and Tiny? What makes him think that they're
Did he,
exempt?
you know what, too, Savannah, now that you're calling off the restaurants, did he have one too in New York? It was Justin's, I want to say.
Justin closed too, failed. Failed. These celebrities need to really stay in their lane. I don't know if she's bored or she like. I agree with you. Go do a cookbook. Go do something else because this is not it. I know she likes to cook, but I agree with Katrina. That looks like beef stew. I don't like gumbo. I I've seen it made. I know most of my family on the other side they love gumbo. Um, but that didn't look like it for me, and it's not $25. That's crazy. Um, and it took me a minute to even realize that that was Tina. Is she bleaching? She looked very light. She looks very light. But yeah, Naomi Campbell. I mean, all these celebrities who've had restaurants and that just completely failed. And she wasn't even open a month and already out here making folks sick. It's just another stain that Mama Tina has put on Beyonce's legacy because folks are gonna, I know the internet is tearing them up right now, on this scandal. I didn't even know she had a restaurant, but leave it to Tina to do something to keep her name out there. Sit down, do something different. I think she could be a mentor. But this gumbo is not it.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Keep that gumbo and do something else with it. Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna.
Diva, in my opinion, says she's backstage.
I don't see her. Oh, I do see. I'm sorry. Hey, in
Okay.
my opinion, thank you, Katrina. Your thoughts on this story?
First of all, that wasn't a gumbo. Okay, I'm enriched in the gumbo. It's like in my gum. That was a stew. Okay, it's not supposed to be that thick. First of all, it's not. It's not a stew. It's supposed to be like a roux that goes with the rice. It's a delicacy. And you don't do all that. But let me tell you something. First of all, we need to get out these people that don't have no culinary degree, ain't never cooked for y'all a day in their life, and y'all go to their booths and think, oh, they gonna give you the bomb food. No. I'm telling you, I wonder sometimes with people, do they really love their stomach? Because y'all go to people just because they somebody mama or they a celebrity, and y'all put this stuff in y'all mouth. And I be wondering, do y'all really care about what you're putting in your stomach?
Oh
Because
my.
it takes a lot of prep to clean the chicken, to clean the seafood, and to put it all together. And I just didn't see a level of care that told me, yeah, pay $25 for a beef stew that she's calling the gumbo.
Oh my gosh. Woo, child. Oh, Miss Knowles, good luck to the people at the rodeo, because it would be a pass for me. So let me go ahead and roll into our next story. This whole mystical thing is a hot, stinking, filthy, nasty mess. Diva, y'all forgetting the main one. Yeah, I think we said Candy had a restaurant. We talked about Candy. We did. I think they named Candy. Let me share a screen so we can get into this story. So, rapper Mystikal pleads guilty to third-degree R charge and faces up to 20 years in prison after his 2022 arrest. Nearly 4 years after he was arrested on allegations of R-ing a woman in his Louisiana home, rapper Mystikal pleaded guilty. I'm wearing my hat. Pleaded guilty to a third-degree R charge and now faces up to 20 years in prison. The Sacred A rapper 55 appeared in court in Louisiana on Tuesday, March the 17th, and entered a guilty plea to the charge, which was downgraded from first-degree R, according to court records viewed by People. Prosecutors decided not to prosecute 9 other charges, including simple criminal damage, false imprisonment, battery, domestic strangulation, and simple robbery by filing legal notices known as Noel Presque. Mystikal, real name Michael Taylor, will be sentenced on June the 15th, according to the court records, and reportedly faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. Tyler's attorney did not immediately respond to People's request for a comment. The Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office announced Tyler's arrest in August 2022, saying authorities have responded to an area hospital in reference to a SA. While at the hospital, detectives interviewed the victim, who sustained minor injuries during the attack, the Sheriff's Office said in a press release. Tyler, who is a lifetime registered sex offender due to a 2003 SA conviction, was arrested at the time and charged. The incident with the victim allegedly began with a financial dispute at his Perryville home, the Advocate reported. Sheriff Detective Garner Keith reportedly told prosecutors that an examination found wounds consistent with R. Tyler had a Billboard #1 album in 2000 with Let's Get Ready. He released his last album in 2001, several years before his career was derailed by legal troubles. Following his 2003 S battery conviction, he was sentenced to 6 years in federal prison and was released in January 2010. Tyler was also indicated on separate R and kidnapping charges in 2017 and spent 18 months in jail before he was released on a $3 million bond, according to the Associated Press. The charges against him were eventually dropped. I learned from this situation, from the first situation, he told the AP of his 2003 conviction and having to register as a sex offender. This crap is on my license. I'm in a horrible fraternity. He's in a horrible fraternity, but I feel like this is a prime example of how, you know, letting the person out and giving them a second chance. He's a joke. He took this thing as a joke. He needed deep therapy, and now he's back in jail because he was let out time after time to do it over and over again. Julius, your thoughts?
Danger.
Come on now, you ain't lie. He's
Get
danger.
off the floor.
Come on, talk, Julius.
Ooh. Now y'all know I had that little groove in my head now from that song. But as the title says, danger, he a danger. He must have been talking about himself. Because he was convicted 2 decades ago. 2 decades plus.
Yes.
And then 2 decades plus later, he convicted again. Now he's gonna spend 2 decades behind bars. The universe is done with you, sir. You on timeout permanently for right now. Danger.
Savannah, your thoughts?
You know, if I'm not mistaken, this was Monica's man, the one that she used to go visit, and really, and I've always.
No. It was Master P's brother.
It was Master P's brother.
Sip the shocker.
Murder.
That was Sip the shocker.
Oh, see, okay, so we all over the place. Well, my apologies. I thought that was who Monica did all the songs about and was always visiting. But it's a shame that he spent most of his 2 decades in confinement, came out and didn't see anything or find anyone of value that would support him and help him change his life and make better decisions. He fell back into the same toxic environment that put him in there in the first place, and that where he gave up, and he spent most of his life. He must be comfortable there. I hope he doesn't have children, because he really hasn't been a parent, if that's the case. And now
I think we lost you, Savannah. I'm not hearing Savannah anymore. Is anybody hearing her?
I can't.
No.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on. Felicia, your thoughts? Welcome in the building.
Well, thank you. And oh my goodness, I'm stunned by this story. Is this accurate? And good evening, everybody.
Yes, it is. Good evening.
So it said 2003 was the first time?
Was the first time. And he
So
spent time in jail. He spent time in jail.
So they didn't give us any specifics. And then there was something about a financial dispute. And then somebody didn't get paid. And then he assaulted them sexually. And here we are again. And so I decided to click on come up because I want to, did he get any treatment?
He must not.
So he likes jail.
He likes jail. He loves jail. He loves jail.
Okay. So he loves jail and he wants to go back. So that's where he's headed. He's on his way back. I'm stunned. So he's a repeat offender, and they say 10 to 20% of offenders will repeat. So he's in this percentage. And I don't know what the percentage is for 2 or more times, but it seems to be running at 30%. So, gosh, I hope he gets help this time when he goes in. It must be a horrible, ugly addiction to live like that. And and then it seems from what you read that there's violence also, physical violence that
Yes.
comes with it, right? So he's got a lot of problems there.
Mhm.
Wow. So I guess he's off to jail where he liked to be.
Yeah.
I'm done.
In other articles, it also said when they went to arrest him after, and this young lady did the right thing. She went right to the hospital, and the cops was called, and she told the cops when they went to arrest him, they found all type of drug paraphernalia in his home.
So he also has a substance abuse problem.
Yep.
So there's the substance abuse, there's the violence, and then the essay.
Yep. He got it bad.
Real bad. Sorry for him, but off he goes. Next.
Off he goes. Thank you. Savannah, did you want to finish your thoughts?
No, I'm good, Diva. I must be operating on Katrina's internet tonight.
Okay. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So I don't expect nothing less from him. There was problematic things that came out in the 90s when he was popular. They got pushed under the rug. So I'm not surprised about the stuff I'm hearing now. It's just that his fame can't get him out no more. I really feel like I don't understand why they gave him a plea deal, because that means they dropped it from maybe first degree to now third degree. I don't understand why he keeps getting these apparent favors from somebody. I don't. Whatever his attorney is, I guess they working overtime, but he needs more than to be on the registry. He needs to be locked up for a extended period of time because evidently his brain is not working. He's I think people like this, you should just lock them up and throw away the key. I really do, because they are no good for nobody in society, and definitely not the females.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I feel like let me back up and say this. I had no clue that had to be on your driver's license, that you're a sex offender. Did anybody know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Because he said it's on his driver's license.
It depends on what state you in. Some states have it on there, some states don't.
Understood. Okay. Yeah, because I had no idea whatsoever. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and roll into this last story where this teacher violated the kid. I just don't understand this. I'll never get these stories. So let me share a screen.
McKenna Kindred has been accused of what was described by the student as an inappropriate relationship. Hunter Bertram joins us in studio with more.
Family of the victim emotional in court today as the room remains silent as the judge read Kindred's sentencing. The mother delivering a statement on behalf of her child saying Kindred ruined the victim's future. The allegations that triggered the investigation included the two exchanging explicit photos and messages on social media and a sexual relationship. Kindred resigned from Central Valley shortly after police started their investigation. She is sentenced to 48 months of probation and a decade of mandatory registration as a sex offender. Just before her sentencing, a visibly shaking Kindred delivered what her attorney said was a remorseful apology in court.
I understand the gravity of my actions and the harm they have caused, and I take full responsibility for them. I know that this past year has been incredibly difficult for all involved. As a result of my actions, I've lost my career, valuable friendships, freedoms, and have let down countless people who have placed their trust in me.
Kindred also said she has been in counseling and is working to be a functioning member in society. The mother of the victim also said that Kindred knew her position as an educator and abused her power. Judge Wang adding, "We send our kids to school trusting educators to do right by the law, and Kindred, you have violated that trust." In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Very sad. Okay, so 1 second. Let me add a little more to the story. So sick Miss Disgraced teacher paid teen student for sordid sex session while her husband was away on a trip, victim mother states. So a disgraced teacher paid her teen student gas money in a desperate bid to keep their tryst going while her husband was away, the victim mother has revealed. McKenna Kendrick, now 27, avoided jail after having sex with a 17-year-old boy in November 2022, following months of reported online flirting. That's her. That's her husband. The encounter at her home in Spokane, Washington, allegedly lasted around 3.5 hours while her lawyer husband, Kyle, was out of town. It has now come to light that the victim's mother discovered questionable payments coming into her son's bank account. Ashley Beckley told police she remembered her son receiving gas money through Venmo from a teacher in autumn 2022, according to the Daily Mail. Although she found the payment kind of inappropriate, Beckley says she didn't know which teacher sent it or the disturbing reason why, the outlet reported. Messages between the pair were uncovered after an unidentified friend allegedly accessed one of the boys' Instagram accounts and discovered the chats. Screenshots were taken and reported to a teacher who later contacted Spokane Valley Police. Kendrick, then 25, also allegedly referenced near misses at school, texting the boy, "We almost got caught. I was sad when the student walked in when he did. I wanted you to hold me. I really like being touched by you." Kendrick is said to still be married to her husband, who reportedly stood by her. Property records showed a couple moved from Washington to Idaho, where they jointly bought a home near Boise for nearly $500,000 in June 2024, just months after her sentencing. Gossip about the relationships reportedly spread around Central Valley High School, where Kendrick taught, according to the Daily Mail. After her arrest, Kendrick's phone underwent a forensic examination. Around the time of the alleged encounter, the teen messaged her saying, "Mom, glad I can satisfy you." Prosecutors say Kendrick liked the messages. He did ask whether she had used a sex toy while thinking about him, to which she replied, "I did." When the teen suggested she should have filmed it so he could watch later, Kendrick allegedly responded, "Next time I need to relearn Snapchat. Ha ha." After Kendrick's crimes were reported to the cops, the boy's mother provided investigators with further evidence. She says she has seen explicit videos and images the pair had exchanged online. Police later interviewed the boy, who said he began following Kendrick on Instagram in June 2022, and that they exchanged messages and explicit images. He told investigators he arrived at her home between 6:30 p.m. and 7 p.m., watched a movie, kissed her, then had sex on the couch before moving to her bedroom, where they continued until around 10 p.m. He said he left the house about 11:30 p.m. after showering and hanging out. Authorities believe the pair had sex only once. The teen's friends who reported their suspicions told cops she confronted the victim. She allegedly told him, "Miss Kendrick and you must be effing because you are always in her room," to which he responded defensively, according to the Daily Mail. Under Washington law, the age of consent is 16. But authority figures can still be charged with sexually abusing minors under 18 who are in their care. Kendrick was arrested in December 2022 and later admitted first-degree sexual misconduct. In March 2024, she also pleaded guilty to amended charges of second-degree sexual misconduct with a minor and communication with a minor for immoral purposes. She was sentenced in Spokane County Superior Court to 24 months probation, ordered to pay $700 in fines and fees, and must register as a sex offender for 10 years. Her husband is crazy, if you ask me, but, it's his business. Julius, your thoughts?
No jail time?
I think because in that state, the consent is 16. But since she was a teacher, I think that's probably where the charges really came into.
She groomed this boy, who is now, I believe, 19? I hope he got therapy and realized he was groomed. She should be behind bars, getting some kind of whatever. She went after a boy because she was alone because her husband went on a trip. So you couldn't wait until your husband came back? It like this is what I mean where I say these offenders are getting slaps on the wrist and they're let him back into the society, like both men and women. And I'm sick of it. I hope the victim in the case realized he was groomed. It was inappropriate, even though he was 17. It doesn't matter. He was groomed, and that lady knew better. But she chose to go with her desires instead of thinking with her conscience.
Thank you, Julius. Katrina, your thoughts?
Diva, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I am so tired of these evil, demented people. The kids are not safe in school. They're not safe in girls' club. They're not Girl Scouts. They're not safe in Boy Scouts. They're not safe at church. They're not safe in sports. They're not safe in, I mean, everywhere you turn, you got these predators out here pawning over these kids. And I'm sick of it. It's sick. It's demented. I mean, like, what is your brain thought? Well, you don't have a brain. If you sit around here messing with a child, this is so sick on so many levels. And reading, I know we keep going back to this, but reading stuff in the Epstein file, what these officials did to these young kids and these women is sick and demented. And knowing Trump, she's the type that he like to hang around. Maybe he'll give her a pardon. But it just getting too much. It's too much. These kids going through too much for these grown people to keep just preying on them. It's sick. That's all I got.
In my opinion, your thoughts?
Oh, Lord Jesus. She need to be locked up. She definitely need to be locked up. I'm not okay with her getting 24 months of probation. This story made my stomach hurt. It really did. Because not only was she abusing this child, but she was paying him to abuse him. The level of sickness and this husband, I'm really worried about what happening in his life. Because if he's okay with it and he's moving her around to be with her, then what kind of sick stuff is he into? I just don't understand why we can't put these sickos on their own private island and let them abuse each other. Leave the children alone. And Katrina said they ain't safe nowhere. They sure not, because they're not even safe in their own homes. So we can't say the kids are safe nowhere. All the good parents, lock your doors, keep your kids safe, and pray over them, because they ain't safe at the schools no more. If they ain't being bullied, they being, abused. I just don't like it. The kids should feel safe and loved, and they shouldn't be having to worry about being assaulted at the schoolyard. They should be able to go to the schoolhouse, get their education, and come out of there without trauma. This child is going to have a trauma that he doesn't even know.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
Kudos to the mom for protecting her son and giving him a voice, because he wasn't aware of what he was being used for. Let's not get it twisted. She got a slap on the wrist because of her husband being a lawyer, and also the 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 demographics of where she is. And then they just moved into a new community where, unless she loses her teaching license, she can go back in and do it all over again, because her dumb husband is sticking by her. And more often than not, she'll probably end up in the same profession in another school district doing the same thing. So
she can't but see, I didn't know they could put a limit on your what do you call it, on how long you have to register as a sex offender. But she, as a sex offender, she won't be able to teach.
So was
And
she ordered to register as one?
registered, yeah, she was for 10 years.
Okay, 10 years. Okay, I missed that because I thought her husband got her a sweetheart deal, and so she was just getting a slap in the wrist, and as they do, they just move from community to community. It's unfortunate, but now as parents, we got to be even more vigilant. Know who their friends are, know who their coaches and teachers and security resource officers, just any adult. You got to side eye them all, and they're just, and she looks very young herself to even be 27. I thought she was like just getting out of college type of.
She's 27 now. She was 25 at the time.
At the time that it happened,
Mm-hmm.
yes, still she looks very young for that, for her to be a teacher. But I don't know what the answer is, Steve, but we just see more and more cases of this, and our children are just victims no matter where they go.
Yeah, it's very sad. Felicia, your thoughts? Felicia might not be there. We might have lost her. So listen, I feel like, so part of her lighter sentence, like I said, I feel was because where they were, 17 is the age of consent. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, 16 is the age of consent. But I think it's because she worked at the school as a teacher. That's where they got her, and that's where this time came in at. And I will also say this, I do fault the mother a little bit in the sense that she knew that her son was getting VMO payments. I don't care who the teacher was. I would have went to the school and found out who is VMOing my kid and why. And then later on, she came with the videos and all that. Wayne, did you want to comment on this story?
Yeah. I don't think that boy a bit more traumatized than the man in the moon. He's walking around with his chest stuck out. Okay. She was wrong, definitely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And to get a light sentence like that, and just and 10 years on the registry. But I'm like you, Diva, if her husband, if they still there together, Lord, they bring a whole new meaning for better or for worse. Because I'm not going to be around somebody that I got to make excuses for. We can't come to your child's graduation. We can't come to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, honey, we visiting grandma for 10 days. Oh, you got to register in the neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood know that a sex offender is staying at that address. I think if you're going to be away in some area for like at least 3 days or something, you got to register. And people are not nice. It was a sex offender in my neighborhood, and somebody in the neighborhood took the time to print up a flyer and put it in every single mailbox with the address on it. And the people end up moving. So do you think I want to carry that albatross around with me? Heck no. That's it.
Did anybody not speak that wants to speak on this story?
Yeah, me.
I called you and you didn't say anything.
Oh, I must have been giving the cookies out to the neighbors. My apologies.
Okay. Okay.
First, I want to address Wayne, Mr. Gamble. Yes, I do. If she'd come,
bring it on.
I know that's right. Get ready. Get ready. And nothing like being ready. Okay. So, if she'd come for my sons and had groomed them, I'll just use that word, or entice them with gas money because they like having vehicles that are operable. Yeah. Or came across to them sexually, because the pieces of the story that I heard, she's sending video messages and photographs, and she's doing all this stuff. And then you encourage my son to come over as you're his teacher. and you essayed him, you violate him, and you think that possibly my son's walking around with his chest out? No, my son's walking around victimized. And now his father and his mother have to work at rehabilitating him. Really, who really wants to be sexed up by their teacher? Really, just think about it. And then your classmates is calling them. The classmates will call them out, right? And calling the two of them out, shaming him at school. So I could just imagine the grades wasn't good. He wasn't able to really shine or perform well in anything else because he became the teacher's hoe. No way. And I love you, but I deeply disagree. And I think that these conversations, and I'm glad that you were honest and you came out and said that, because I think we have to talk about this. How we stereotype and assume that because you're a male, you wouldn't mind getting assaulted. But had that been a girl, a female, and a male teacher, I don't think you would have come up and said that. I don't think you would have said that. So I think we really need to go in and check in on our biases. And I absolutely agree with everyone else on this panel. I thank my co-counsel. No, your children aren't safe anywhere. I don't know how long I've been coming up on this panel, but when I first came up, I said, predators are everywhere. They're in places that you least expect. When you have your guard down, your children can be victimized. And so, yes, I agree with opinion. You got to pray over your children before they go out. You got to pray over them that they're going to be protected. You've got to keep multiple eyes on them. You have to ask other people to look out for them. And I believe some time ago, I came up here and I would say, when my kids would be going to a school or they're going into a program, they're not going in by themselves. I introduce them and let people know these are my children. So if you're thinking about victimizing my children, no, I'm coming for you. Now, I think it's very interesting that this teacher was allowed to just get 24 months and you got to sign up for 10 years. She's a young person. In 10 years, she only going to be, what is it, Julius? 38?
35.
So she'll be back in the school going after the kids. Right. So she'll be back in the schools going after the children. In the meantime, she's probably going to be in a daycare center.
Oh, my God.
Well, what? Predators of children want to be around children. That's where they are. I think I told you all that one of my friends went on that Disney cruise. She said there were so many predators in costumes. She said she won't be back. Yes, my co-counsel said they're in church, they're in school, they're in the playground, they're in the family. They're not safe anywhere. Keep that in mind. So you can attempt to control what may happen. That you're staying ever vigilant, that you're speaking to your children, that you remind them what is appropriate and inappropriate. There's something that comes with this expectation because you 17, it's okay. No, it's not. And I'm deeply disappointed that she's not going to be locked up because you know what? I'm probably not going to be on this side, but she's going to be this like this guy Mystikal. Every 5-7 years, she doing it. And then she'll be up here at his age, a 3, 4, 5-time offender. I think her picture needs to be up there like a Wayne Neighbor picture. She needs to be everywhere. And watch out. Watch out. Wherever children are, she should not be. And she thought that this young man had nobody caring for him. But it was okay. Shame on her. I'm done.
Shame on her. And whoo, you said a word right there. Shame on her. And you know what? I forgot who said it, but I'm connecting with like, what is going on with this husband? That you stayed with her, you moved her. Whew. Now let me add this, and we'll talk about it tomorrow night. Y'all remember the story with the young lady who was caught at the game on the kiss cam, with somebody else's husband? She did an interview with Oprah. I have to finish watching it. I saw most of it. I couldn't stomach most of it. She's saying that he wasn't the person he represented himself to be to me, and lying is a non-negotiable for me. There was a big miss on honesty and integrity. She's claiming that he didn't tell her the truth about his wife, and so she had no clue and no idea. And I said to myself, people kill me how they try to rewrite history. You didn't know, but when the kiss cam came, you ducked, you was hiding, and you was trying to avoid the kiss cam, and then so did he. So I'm with a man.
Part.
Come on now. I'm with a man that I feel is single and all is good. I was sitting there watching her open. I said, is she serious right now? Do she think we all stupid? She didn't know. Integrity is a non-negotiable for her. Well, girl, you don't like yourself because you lying to yourself. Why would you duck, hide? Why would you stay there if it was all innocent, continuing to hug him if all was good?
But wasn't he the CEO?
I thought it was because he's her boss.
Huh?
I thought it was because he was her boss, and she's an employee. No,
that's
what I thought. The CEO.
So that's why you ducking and hiding.
Yes, but
your boss, and it's a kiss can.
she said that the reason was because her husband was in the crowd as well.
But she's about integrity. And I heard her say that too, Savannah, because she's we're gonna deal with it tomorrow. Wayne, you want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say I thought he was the CEO of the company where she worked at. So is she trying to? And I think on that last show we did, is she trying to say that she didn't know he was married and single? There's somewhere in the world.
Yeah, she's saying she didn't know the relationship was still a relationship. She's a hot, stinking mess.
But they were still married.
Yeah, the interview to me was a hot, stinking mess. No accountability. She mad that everybody was mad at her and tore her down and called her a home wrecker. And then she said they even went to her hairdresser and was harassing the hairdresser, saying she had bad roots and all that. Yo, she got the business. But I'm saying, you sitting here now and you want what?
She must want money. They must not want to settle with her. Remember, they settled for millions with him.
They did.
So she ended up probably with no job, can't get a new job, no alimony for sure, right? Because her husband didn't have to pay her. She was the one that went outside the marriage. So she has no income. So she has to rewrite the story in order to generate some kind of income.
Who paid the millions? Did he sue somebody?
No, the company did.
The company, because he started it. And so they told him he had to go. They were going to buy him out. Again, that's a piece of history. Women rarely ever win in these things. They could,
You No, you so see, stick with that and tell the people that, Felicia, really ever win. That's why, you know what? I ain't gonna play stupid games because I already know the outcome because I done seen it from the previous people before me. I'm not talking, looking at, hanging out with, hugging on nobody else's husband. Period.
And Diva, listen to the story you did last night, where Dwight Howard's wife is outside the gate saying that her car on the inside. We rarely ever win. Why do we do what we do?
Why? And she was out there with the cops with the foolery, the straight foolery.
Right.
Well, he was in, y'all been to that house before. Maybe not y'all, but some of your fellow other cops been here. And
a year ago.
Right, yeah.
She said a year ago, and they only been married 15 months.
Girl, child, on the honeymoon, the cops is at your house. I got the right to bust through the gate, but I wasn't going to do that.
No, she fought her offense. She went through a fence. She went through a fence.
Foolery and the stupidity with the people that I just don't understand. And there's a lot of it, like you like to say, Felicia, is economics over $1. And that's why I am okay. If
Yes, he said that he messed up the million
of my studio apartment, I'm good.
She said he messed up the $1 million deal for them. She said she thought they had a TV show coming. He had called and canceled it. She didn't even know he canceled. They had $1 million show or something to be coming on. And he called and canceled it. So she didn't even know he did it.
Well, see, that's like Felicia said, we rarely come out on top in these situations. So you hung in there while he was not allegedly, because she said at home, locking you out by changing the code. So you know what? That's a good way right there. I personally didn't want. I know some people that have those codes on their door. There is a key thing too. But see, that's the downfall of it. At any given moment, he could change the code, and now you on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off a phone. It ain't funny. He turned the phone off.
Yeah. That's why
it's funny. I'm just saying.
That's why they said, God bless the child that had you.
She said everything was his name. She said, I just wanted everything to be in his. You know, he was taking care of business. He was doing this. He had my phone in his name. Girl, don't you know when they got the phone, you can, if you under their plan, they can go in there and change your passcode and listen to your messages. There's no way. No. If I'm on, listen, we married. You put my name on something. Her name is not on the cars. Her name is not on the mortgage. Her name was not even on the phones. Girl, you got played like a fool. Now he ain't throwed you away. First of all, he threw you away anyway because he locked the doors, locked the gate so you wouldn't get in. You couldn't drive your car. You ran there busting through a fence to get inside of a house that you said that he had pop-outs all down there on the property. Then he said you killed his dog. This is crazy.
It's actually, you know what? It's not funny though. It's sad. It's sad.
It's very sad.
It's sad that time after time, these women do it to themselves, and they think that they're going to be treated better than the previous one. Just like Jeezy, what's her name? What's Jeezy's ex-wife name? What's her darn name?
Jenny Mae.
Okay.
Jenny Mae.
Jenny Mae, oh child.
I saw the track record of all the previous women, but she thought when she got with him, life was going to be better. And he played her too. And then told her to get up out his house and know he ain't got no money for her. And matter of fact, he wanted to try to take the little girl too. To the courts told him to knock it off and stop. And she another one. She had the video footage of all the pow-pows in the house. He got more pow-pows than the Army, the Navy, and all of that. But when you was dating him, you knew he had all that and you thought it was cool. I'm not dating nobody and staying with them. And I go to their house and they got a semi-automatic. They got an AK, whatever, 15. They got hair. No, I'm good. You and your arsenal of pow-pows and your 15 dogs and everything else. You date somebody else. I'm good. Good night and goodbye. But listen, we'll deal with that.
If I may, I do agree with you. But remember, Jenny Mai said that he agreed that once the baby started walking, he would take the one out from under the mattress and under the bed and off the night tape. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she didn't leave until little mama dug up in one of the duffel bags, and one of the duffel bags was one of those big ones.
Exactly.
Come on, I don't know what the date is now.
Even the baby guys.
Stop to foolery.
Yeah. Women rarely ever win, and we continue to go out and debase and demean ourselves, thinking we're going to get the quote unquote bag, and the only thing we do is sign up for poverty and to be set aside in society and to be deemed worthless and foolish and stupid, versus making decisions based on what's best for us. So now you have this woman. I imagine that nobody paid her and she can't get rehired anywhere. So
Yeah,
she's
she said she
desperate.
had trouble finding jobs and everything.
Yeah. Would you hire her?
No, for what?
Okay, there we go.
No, she ain't coming with the foolery. She ain't coming with the foolery at my establishment.
Right. And as soon as she walks in, people know she's a liability. So even if she doesn't do anything, someone can say she did do something.
That part.
And so she's a liability no matter what.
That's facts. And she's a liability because she's a liar.
And she's a liar.
I didn't know he lied to me. That's non-negotiable. No, boo-boo. Once you got caught in that camera, he didn't pick up your phone call. He didn't answer your text. And he did what a lot of them do. He stayed with his wife.
Yeah, exactly. He cashed out and left with. I just don't know why we continue to do. I don't know when we gonna get tired. When we gonna get tired of just failing ourselves?
We not.
And
we
there's
see
Oprah
over and over again.
And there's Oprah doing the same damn story over and over and over again. I don't think I'm gonna watch tomorrow. I don't need to see her ass up there with the same damn story. I'm tired.
You ain't never lie. Because I think at one point I gotta go watch again. Oprah apologized to her. I said, this is just tomfoolery. This is just
start doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, this is just foolery. Then she came up, she made sure, because they mocked her hairdresser, she made sure she got her hair done all nice. Girl, you could get your hair done nice, put on a lip gloss, a lipstick, the eyeliner, all of that. I still see through you. And whoever told you to do this interview, and I know Oprah is the GOAT, but whoever told her to do that interview, they with the foolery too. They don't like you. Listen, people, y'all know the routine. If y'all didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. Now, I know Afroman wasn't on the docket tonight, but you got to give him a shout out. He went to court in his afro, his American flag suit, and he won his case in spite of girlfriend, one of the police officers, getting up in the stand, boo-hoo, snot, booger, crying. He still won. The jury said no. He's the winner. We got Mystikal. He's where he belongs, behind bars. In June, we're going to see how much he gets sentenced to. But remember, he's 55. So even if the judge gives him 20 years, which he needs to get, because he is a repeat offender, he'd be 75 by the time he can get out. This sick teacher. But you know what, though? She got a sick husband, if you ask me, my opinion, that is coveting her, moved from one state to another, took his whole law degree, and he's traveling around with a whole sex offender that likes the young boys. You going to trust her? As soon as she see a young neighbor, she going to be texting, sending messages, talking about she should have learned how to do Snapchat so she can send this 17-year-old boy a nasty video of her nasty self. No, and I would
Her husband probably watching.
slap somebody if they violated my son like that.
And have to register everywhere she goes. See, she can run, but she can't hide.
You ain't never lied. She could run, but she can't hide. Her and that stupid husband. Now, Tina, Bay, the Beehive, somebody need to tell Tina she don't need to be in nobody's street making no gumbo. I don't know why people think because the people at their house who loves them tell them that their food is the best, that now they can go get a truck and start a whole truck and sell the food. I don't know about gumbo, but I didn't know gumbo had 29 different meats in it. She got crab meat in there, chicken, sausage, shrimp, and God knows what else. And even in a restaurant, making sure that seafood is cooked properly and stays at the right temperature while you're serving people is difficult. And you trying to do that on a truck that don't even have the right number of the right amount of equipment. I think she might get shut down again. How long is this rodeo for? I hope it's only a couple more days before the health department come out again, because the people said they had diarrhea, they was in the ER and all kinds of stuff. That's what the people said, not the diva. But anyway, guys, y'all know what to do now. If you ain't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Choo, choo, choo.